Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I have got a new brand at Ulta. This is About Face, the Performer Skin, what did they call it? Skin Focused Foundation. Retails for $22 for 1.08 fluid ounces of product. That's about $20.37 an ounce. So we're talking, current drugstore prices since 20 bucks is the new normal. This is vegan, clean, cruelty-free, and they describe it as buildable, breathable, medium coverage that delivers a long wear, second skin finish. It is currently getting 4.7 out of 5 stars with 95 reviews on Ulta's website, and it comes in 45 different shades. Now, I was able to swatch this in the store. I had not seen it on their website, though it is on there now, and picked the shade L2 Peach. Now there are 10 shades lighter than this one. So they have got the whole range of shades covered, which I very much am glad to see, especially at this price point. Now, looking through the ingredients, this was also quite interesting to me. This is not your typical dimethicone-based foundation. In fact, I don't see too many indications of silicones at all. I'm not going to say silicone free because I do see a silica in here, but it is not your typical silicone foundation. And in terms of their key ingredients, they've got blue agave, wintergreen, and chlorella, and this is for moisturizing and a balanced, smooth look to the skin. I love agave in my skincare. That is why when I make a facial oil with agave and squalane, I love my squalane. And so I was really happy to see that in this formula. Let's take a look at shade L2 Peach, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from About Face, the Performer Foundation in shade L2 Peach. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 49-year-old face. I have primed with, wait for it, are you ready? I finally got it. This is from Ritual Daffy, the Thorn Oil Priming Facial Elixir. It's a facial oil, and so many of you, I can't even count how many of you, said in the comments that I needed to try this when I fell in love with their foundation. And so I finally ordered it, and I'm gonna test this today too, but so you'll see me wearing it, but I'll do a separate video. They just launched, and I don't know if it's still available because they did it as their lab creator thing, a new concealer. The Ritual Daffy Lab Access release of their Ultra... Oh, Sherlock, I can't see what this says. Oh, Sherlock, you are dirty. What has happened? What is going on here? What do they call this? The Ultra High Coverage Plush Wear Concealer. So they do this lab release situation where you get a discount. So I paid $20. I think the normal price is $28, and they launch it. It's available to the public. I didn't get this because I'm special. They don't know who I am, but you can buy it at a discount, and then they're soliciting early feedback and whatnot. So I got it. Yay! So I finally got the Thorn Oil. I'm wearing the Thorn Oil, so keep your eyes peeled. I will have this video. This will probably actually go up before you see the foundation video, so check back a few days if you want to see that one. But yeah, so the priming has happened. I am going to go in on one side of my face with a damp sponge. This was from e.l.f. Everyone always asks me where I got it because it's huge, but I washed it, and I think I'm going to throw it away because it has this weird mystery stain that won't wash out, and I'm kind of nervous about what that is. I'm still going to use it today because I love this sponge. But it was from e.l.f. and it's a big old poofy thing, and I love it. Other side, I will use my BK Beauty 101 we will see if there's a preference one way or the other. Let's get this out onto a palette, shall we? I like the packaging here. It's square with rounded corners. It just feels like nice and sort of heavyweight. It's plastic, but I like the look of it. It's got the, oh, it's a wand. I don't film the swatches until the end of the video, so like I haven't swatched this yet, even though you already saw the swatches. Big fat doe foot there for our applicator. So I guess we won't be putting it to a consistency test because I don't know how to get it to make it, I can't pour it out. Anyway, let's just get into this then, shall we? So I was going for my most of the year shade, which for me I usually tend to look for something that matches my Estee Lauder Double Wear 1C1 Cool Bone or my MAC NW15. So that's what I was mentally comparing to in the store when I was swatching this. And I think I got a good one. I think I think it looks like that. Of course, you already know if it does, because you already saw the swatches that haven't happened yet in my world. Okay, pretty sheer with a sponge, which is interesting because I don't think a ton of it soaked into the sponge, but alright. Alright, let's try brush side first. We will very likely go back and build up because they did say medium coverage. Now my wand is drying out faster, so maybe that first round was more lightly applied. This doesn't apply a ton of product from the doe foot, but that's good because then you're not gonna put too much out because, you know, you can't put toothpaste back in the tube, y'all, you know? It's better to start slow and build up than to have too much. Yeah, there's a little more coverage with a brush on one pass here. I wouldn't say we're at medium right out of the gate. I would call it a nice light coverage, but the brush does give you a nice light coverage with one pass. I'm going to stick with the brush, and let's get the blue blood vessel. Let's get these sunspots. I'm just going to go for a whole nother coat on this side of my face to get, whoa, we got the nose ring. Oh, that's a mess. Whoopsie. See how it's dried out, so I got to go back in. It doesn't really pull a lot of product with it, which might be annoying if you're going for the full coverage on a regular basis like I am. I don't go full coverage on a regular basis. I do go medium, solid high medium coverage is my preferred default. And I know, before you come for me with the, oh, but your skin is so nice, I don't want to see a single freckle or sunspot, thank you. I was teased as a child for my red face and my freckles, and I'm just not, I don't want to see them. That's all. I don't want to see them. Don't want to see them. And now that freckles have become not just freckles, but I have sunspots from all the years of not wearing sunscreen every day. I didn't start wearing sunscreen every day until my mid-30s. I'm now 49. So on one hand, it's never too late. Start now if you're not already doing it. On the other hand, I do sure wish I wore sunscreen every day sooner. Very, very sooner. But where's my Gen X peeps? Like, it wasn't a thing when we were kids. Like, drinking water and wearing sunscreen didn't exist in my childhood. Like, that, it wasn't a thing. Nobody drank water. You couldn't just go walk into a store and buy a bottle of water. Like, that wasn't a thing. You know, anyway, wow, my dark circles are crushing it today. Crushing it. All right, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Let me zoom you in. This is really pretty. It built up super easily. So we're definitely in the solid medium coverage range now. I don't feel like it's cakey or anything. It built up seamlessly. I don't feel like you can tell where I built it up. So that is good. It looks pretty nice. It might be bordering on a little heavy on my nose and my chin in between my eyebrows, but like that's just me looking in the 10x. I can't tell that at a conversational distance. I think it looks very smooth at a conversational distance. It actually looks very smooth in my 10x as well. Pores are nicely blurred. Textures, I'm gonna say pretty exceptionally blurred, like almost as good as something like my Guerlain Terracotta, like big time blurred. Close, not quite the smooth, like we're very close to Guerlain level there. It's caking up just a smidge between my eyebrows. Now I do have a little bit of peeling skin there, so I'm not going to call it cakey. That's not the right word. Caking is not the right word. It is clinging to some dry skin edges in that area. Overall, I think this coverage looks nice. The finish, I'm going to call this like a satin borderline dewy finish. Like it's almost dewy, but not quite. But very, very skin-like, very smooth, very natural looking, and it feels really nice on the skin. Like, it feels very lightweight, and it feels really moisturizing, which, you know your girl needs that, seriously. Flaking skin, I'll just give you a little tangential side note here. You know how I was talking a few videos ago, in a few videos, about potentially stopping my Curology, which is my tretinoin prescription, and just rolling with some bakuchiol for a while? I did get a lot of comments from you all saying, you know, you've already spent years getting your skin adjusted to tretinoin. You know, do you really want to go through all of that again? You know, recommending that I not stop the tretinoin. And I did some thinking and I did some talking with my Curology skincare provider, which, you know, I've been on tretinoin now. I'd have to go back and look. It's probably 4 years now, several years. And when I bumped up to the next highest level that I was on, I think I was on 0.02. And my provider at that time actually had said, I don't think you need to move up. But I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And for the last 2 years, I've been on that same level, and I haven't been able to get past wearing it 3 nights a week because then I'd get too flaky and too irritated. So, and that's kind of why I was thinking of canceling it. But then I'm like, you know, she actually tried really hard to convince me not to step up. So now in that time, my provider has changed, but I messaged my current provider and I said, you know, I think maybe I want to step back a bit on my tretinoin because I can't get past that 3 nights a week without getting too flaky, and I can't seem to adjust to that level. And she said, no, let's step you back for sure. And so now I've got a 0.015 concentration of the tretinoin, and it's, I think it's 4% azelaic acid and 5%, is it niacinamide? I can't remember now. That's my super bottle. But anyway, I've been doing it once a week. And for about a week now, and I've only got that tiny little bit of dry skin going on, so I think this might have been the move. But I'm gonna do what she said, go nightly and see where you end up, because maybe we need to step back again. She had said it is better to be on a lower concentration with more frequency than it is to be on a higher concentration with less frequency. So anyway, that's what's happening on the face. A total tangent, but you know, just telling you the stories. All right, so digging this. That's good coverage. This looks really nice on camera. I hope it looks as good to you as it does in my monitor, because I'm like, okay, I see you. It is noon on the dot. If I can't remember this time when we get to the end of the day, then I got problems. 12 o'clock. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the About Face Performer Foundation. Did not have to set it with powder. When this one dried down, though, it did cling to a little bit more of dry skin that I've got in a couple different spots. Not terribly bad. I don't think you can tell at a conversational distance. I can just see it's like a little bit clingy to some edges of dry skin here, and it was in between my eyebrows. So, not bad. When you have flaking skin, you have flaking skin. It just is what it is. So I want foundations that will not drastically emphasize that. And I do not think this is drastically emphasizing it. Just pointing it out, putting it out there in case you have a lot of dry flaking skin. You might want, usually I end up going for less coverage because the coverage element seems to most of the time be where we end up getting caught up on the edges of dry skin. But anyway, it's performing quite well considering the circumstances. I love the amount of coverage that this is giving. I think the finish is beautiful and it feels wonderful. Like I said, it's a really lightweight feeling and it feels very hydrating. So on the rest of my face, you can catch this next week. I filmed this eye look, which you can't see because of my bangs. I gotta get a haircut. Love the undertones on this. This came in the March Ipsy Glam Bag. I filmed it. It will come up next week. Shades by Shan, Life of the Party. It is a super cute little, like perfect for travel, kind of just a slightly red undertoned neutral pink. And I'm digging it. I'm digging the heck out of it. Love how it looks. I'm also wearing, Tasha Denona, it's got fingerprints all over it. Oh, clean it up, clean it up. The Hypernatural face palette. I'm not wearing the eyeshadows today. I'm just wearing the blush and the contour and bronzer. But this palette is so pretty. I know they were like pushing it as a no makeup palette. I don't think it's that. Like, this blush is way too pink to be no makeup, but it's gorgeous. It's like minimalist, neutral, everyday makeup, I would say. Daytime makeup. I don't want to say work appropriate. Some people draw those lines. I wear anything to work on this face. I don't, there's no such thing as work appropriate or daytime or nighttime to me. I wear whatever I want that day. But for those of you that like a lighter, more neutral look at work, I think this is perfect. And I also think it's going to work for all skin tones. It's just right in that middle of the road. The bronzer's not too warm for me, and the fact that you've got the light and the dark. The dark I use for contour. I didn't do contour today, but I can kind of blend them. And so like if you're more fair skinned, you're going to blend more of the first two. If you're deeper, you might blend the middle two, or you might go through all three. Like, I just like this format. It's very good. Very good, very good, very pretty. I'm also, of course, wearing my What's Up Beauty Serengeti highlights. This thing is my new best friend. It has gotten me right back into the full bling highlight. What can I say? I love it, and a portion of the proceeds go to help the cheetahs in the Serengeti. My lip is Color Street High Gloss Lip Oil. These are being restocked first week of March. So by the time you see this, they should be back in stock. This is the shade Mocha. It looks like a gloss. It feels like a lip oil, and it's super hydrating. Mascara, What's Up Beauty? This is the Watch Me mascara, which is gorgeous. Love it, love it. Is that everything? I did not put anything in my brows, which I guess I really don't have to because you can't see them. Gotta get a haircut, gotta get a haircut, gotta get a haircut. Alright, we singing a song. Alright, we're singing a song. I'm not getting a sandwich today. Gonna stay home. I have too many things to do, so what's on my agenda? I will get you guys a daylight check-in. It's kind of gloomy out today, so I don't know if there'll be any sun involved, but haven't I said that like every review lately? That's the weather in Virginia right now. But I do plan to go out in the garage and make some shampoo bars, and gotta edit some videos for the YouTubes, and I think, yeah, that's about it. That's my day. There will be lunch in there somewhere. It's probably going to be a grilled cheese sandwich. So I'll come back in a bit. We'll do a daylight check-in, and then I will come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it is almost 4 o'clock, so we're about 4 hours in on this one. I'm about to step into the sunlight, and can you see this? The camera's dusty. All right, here we go. Step into some light for you. I have some shadows from the trees, so hopefully we can get enough where you can see my face. Still looking good. Look at that highlight. Yeah, no issues so far. I think everything's holding up just fine. I don't know if I can get any... Oh God, what am I stepping on? No, it's no better over here. But there's my nose in the sun. There you go. I think the color match is just fine. I go this way. Is that better? There we go. All right. I'll be back later on tonight. We'll wrap this one up. 10:16 p.m. That puts us just past the 10-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the About Face foundation held up. I think it held up really well. No feelings of dryness, so I think if you have dry skin, it's plenty hydrating. It is degrading gracefully, I would say. It feels comfortable. The coverage has stayed in place. As you see, blush, bronzer, highlights still look practically brand new, so it's a nice base for a full face of makeup. Let me zoom you guys in. You can see what I am looking at. So, starting out, I did, of course, what else is new, have to blow my nose several times. It held up quite well to that. I am missing a little coverage on the sides of my nostrils and on my nose, but really not bad at all. This is one of the better holdups in terms of nose situations and allergy season. My chin is breaking down and sort of, gunking up the way it when the foundation starts to break down just a bit on my chin. And so some redness is coming through there and the product's moving around just a little bit. But like I said, blush, bronzer, highlights still look completely intact, and that spot on my cheek where it was clinging to a little bit of dry skin really does not look bad at all. It's still just a little bit clingy to those edges of dry skin in between my eyebrows, but I'm not having really any issues with it settling into lines or pores. It really hasn't moved around except just that smidge on my chin. So I would say this holds up well at a 10+ hour day at this point. I would not be embarrassed to be seen in public with my makeup in this current state. I think it is still looking fine. If I was the type to touch up, I think, blotting it out would probably fix the chin area even and get me a couple more hours out of this one. So I think it wears really well. It's really comfortable. I love the finish. I feel like it's fine for dry skin and it's fine for maturing skin due to it not really settling into lines or accentuating lines, anything like that. So if I had to give a grade to the About Face, what is the name? The Performer. I keep wanting to say the Perfector. It's the Performer foundation. I'm going to go... I'm going to give it an A. I was between an A- and an A. I'm going to give it the lower end of the mid-A because really the only thing is the clinging to dry flakes and a little bit of heaviness in appearance. Not in feeling, but in appearance. It's really nice. It's really nice. Bravo for these brands just coming out of the woodwork that I've never heard of before. And pretty well knocking it out of the park, I'm gonna say. For it not being a silicone foundation, like that's also pretty. Yeah, we're gonna go A. I'm digging this one. Comes in a ton of shades, super comfortable, really nice coverage, beautiful finish. Go get you some. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below in the comments. Let me know. What would you like to see next? What do you want me to buy? What do I need to check out? What do I need in my life, people? And that's not just foundation. You can recommend any kind of makeup because, I keep a running list. I buy things whenever I can. Hit me up over on Patreon. I have freebie section where I post like when I find good deals and sales and things like that. Behind the scenes stuff. There are tiers that you can join to support my work. Get access to the Roll a Look eyeshadow app and other stuff. Anyway, happy day. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.